a large spreadsheet with titles at the top. However, as you scroll down, you lose the titles. How do you keep them on the screen? Simple. Use the freeze panes option. Let me show you how. Well, freeze panes basically means keep specific rows and columns on the screen as you move around the spreadsheet. So the first question is, what is it that you want to freeze? So we're going to go to the View tab, and what we've got is then freeze panes as an option. First question, as I said, is what do you want to freeze? If it's just the first column, so column A, you can see when we go to freeze panes it says freeze first column, so it doesn't matter where I click, I can just click there and it freezes it. You can see there's now a black line down the side, and as I scroll across on my large spreadsheet you can see it stays on screen. Likewise, if I just want to freeze the top row, I can freeze the top row, and you'll see that it actually moves my line from between column A and B up to between rows 1 and 2. So if you just want the first one, that's really easy, but of course that didn't let me freeze in 2 directions, that was only 1 direction. Go back to freeze panes, and because I've frozen it, I now have a command that says unfreeze, so let's unfreeze it. The other choice is that I can do it manually just using the freeze panes option. This one takes just a teeny bit more thought, because the question is, what is it that I want to freeze? So let's say I want both my customer name, so column A, and I want row 1 with all my headings. I need to be below the row that I want to freeze and to the right of the one that I want to keep. So in this case, below row 1 but to the right of the column. Now when I choose freeze panes, that's the first option in the list, I get 2 lines and I actually have frozen both directions, so I keep my first column and I keep my first row. All I need to do to switch it off is go back and unfreeze it, and it goes straight back to the way it was. What makes this useful is that with the freeze panes options, if I want to keep the first 2 or 3 rows or 2 or 3 columns, I just need to position myself where I want. So I want to keep my first 3 rows, so 1, 2, 3, I need to be on my 4th one. I want to keep my first 3 columns, so 1, 2, 3, and of course I need to be in the 4th column. This isn't realistic with this spreadsheet, but just to give you the idea. Freeze panes again. I've now got my options, and you can see the first 3 rows and the first 3 columns stays on screen. It's wrong, let's unfreeze it, and of course realistically all I want to do is freeze the first one again. Quick tip, if you want to do it through the freeze panes option, if you want the first row, you want to be on row 2, so below the row that you want, and if you're in column A, there is nothing to its left, therefore it won't freeze any of the columns, it'll just freeze the row, and I can just do it that way as well. So 2 different ways of freezing: freeze the rows, freeze the columns, or freeze the both. Hopefully this has been useful. Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm your friendly computer trainer, here to help you work quickly and easily with tips and tricks on your everyday programs. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to be notified of new videos as they're released, please remember to subscribe to my channel. That's it for now.